Here we have the Volkswagen Golf TSI SE nav on a 67 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll see we've got reversing sensors, plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat and ski hatch. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see that it's in fantastic condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. These seats are in lovely condition. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left hand side we have the rev counter, and on the right hand side the speedometer and fuel gauge. You can see in the middle the total miles for this car are 8,390. The information that's displayed above that can be changed using buttons on the steering wheel for various different bits of fuel economy information, including a digital readout for the speedometer, which you can see on the screen there. There are also other menus on the top for satellite navigation, audio, your telephone, vehicle status, and then back round to where we started again. So loads to look through on that. The buttons I was using just a moment ago are these ones here. So those to go through the different types of menus, and that one to access the menu you're in. We've also got stereo controls and voice activation for the phone over here as well. So hit that button and ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list. It can do that for you without you having to touch your phone at all. And over on the left hand side here we have cruise control, as well as the volume for the stereo. The button in the middle of the cruise control just there if you hit that button when cruise control is set to say 50 miles an hour, this car can maintain a safe distance between you and the car in front by braking automatically and speeding you up back up to the original setting of your cruise control, so 50 miles an hour in that case or in that scenario. So very, very clever system. Over in the center here we have the stereo system. It's all touchscreen. You've got a few option buttons down the right and left hand side, but primarily you can touch the screen to access any of this. You can see this car's got DAB, FM and AM radio. If you want to listen to your own music, there are loads of ways to do that, and you can see them on screen just there. One of those ways is BT audio, which is Bluetooth audio. Once you pair up your phone, not only can you make and receive phone calls, but your car can wirelessly play the music that's on your phone as well. So really clever system. You can set up the phone through that menu and then just hit find telephone and it will find that for you. And I mentioned at the back of the car that this car had reversing sensors. It's also got a reversing camera, which you can see just there. So it's a full colour camera with the guidelines showing you what direction the car is headed in relation to the image that you see behind you. So really, really clever system. Below that we've got the air conditioning. So you can select the temperature on the left, fan speed in the middle, direction of the air on the right hand side. Hit that button to turn the air conditioning on. It's on when that light is on. The other button that I've got the light on there, that's the recirculation button. So that will recirculate the air that's currently in the car. It's a great way of cooling it down quickly in the summer or heating up quickly in the winter. We then have a 6-speed manual gearbox. To the right hand side of the gearbox we have this button. This will enable us to turn off or on the parking sensors. And on the left hand side we have this one. Hitting that turns this system off. It's the stop and start system. So this car is designed to cut out in traffic to save you fuel. You can turn that system off, as I've just done there, by simply hitting that button. We then have the electronic handbrake and auto hold function. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.